We have literally been crying and begging for the arrival of a brand new Bleach game for a really long time now. Maybe saying a long time doesn't really do it justice, but essentially it's been almost 12 years since Bleach got its own game. For context, that would mean that the last time Bleach got a new game was when the PS3 and the Wii U were the hottest things in town, and that's pretty rough. Now this of course is ignoring Jump Force and Brave Souls, but even if we factor in Brave Souls, that would still have us at a whopping 8 years without a new Bleach game, which is pretty insane. So to say that the fanbase has been starving for an all-new Bleach game would be an understatement. So when rumours had started to circulate months ago that a new Bleach game was in the works, everyone was getting really excited, and this was going to be the perfect console game that we've all been waiting for apparently. But things had taken a rather interesting turn when we had heard that a certain globally popular anime was getting a brand new sword fighting ARPG called Project Blade. Now of course on screen you can see some of the promotional art for Project Blade that was circulating at the time. This game was apparently at the stage that it was going to be launching a number of closed beta tests very soon. A lot of rumours were spreading about Project Blade. Know that James Hansen was talking about it a lot on Twitter, and even Tomo was promoting it in one of his recent videos. It was clear that this mysterious Project Blade was actually none other than a brand new Bleach game. I mean, you can even see it in their promotional art for Project Blade. They state that it's a 3D action mobile game that's going to be adapted from an epic anime. A couple of days ago, we did get this brand new teaser revealing that Project Blade was a placeholder for a game called BLEACH Soul Resonance, confirming everyone's suspicions that this was the all-new Bleach game that everybody was anticipating. Along with the teaser reveal, we also got some screenshots from the game that honestly didn't say a whole lot about it, but unfortunately the teaser was met with a bit of a mixed reception because Project Blade, or rather BLEACH Soul Resonance, wasn't the banger console game that everybody was anticipating, but rather just another mobile game. And to be fair, I can understand the sentiment from some of the fans, and I can understand why fans were feeling this way after seeing these screenshots and the teaser trailer, because I wasn't being completely honest earlier on when I said that Bleach Brave Souls was the only game that we've had in the last 8 years, because there has been quite a number of new Bleach mobile games like Bleach Immortal Soul, Bleach Mobile 3D, Bleach Death Awakening, and some that I cannot even remember. And the reason that I didn't mention them is because, well, they all kind of sucked. They just weren't worth getting into due to a variety of reasons that would fill up this entire video alone. So I'm not going to fault anyone who was disappointed by the news that this new Bleach game was going to be another mobile game. It felt like it was just going to be another throwaway predatory gacha that was going to join the garbage pile of failed Bleach mobile games. But as we have inched closer to the 5th of July, the date that the teaser trailer had promised that an all-new full trailer would be launched, more and more information had started to come out about Bleach Soul Resonance, which was reassuring fans that this just wasn't going to be another garbage gacha game. Well, the first biggest piece of reassuring news about Bleach Soul Resonance is that the developers are a studio called Nuverse, and you might be wondering just who they are, and they're a Chinese game studio that has honestly gone under the radar. And for trivia's sake, Nuverse was actually the sponsor for episode 6 of the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War arc anime, which of course was the highest quality episode from Core 1. So this is a studio that has been supporting Bleach for a good amount of time. They've also made a fair number of games, with their biggest titles being Marvel Snap, and if you were watching the TV Tokyo broadcasts of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime, then you may have seen ads for a game called One Piece Fighting Path. This One Piece game is surprisingly really good. One Piece Fighting Path has incredible free-to-play mechanics, and it's one of the best gacha games that I've seen with some genuinely good gameplay, with live PvP and some really cool animations and features. But unfortunately, One Piece Fighting Path has never had a global release. But this game is apparently the closest in resemblance to what we can expect from Bleach Soul Resonance, which in itself is a very solid foundation. Now, if you haven't guessed it, One Piece Fighting Path was created by Nuverse, who are the developers behind Bleach Soul Resonance, and what had got me really excited was that we got some incredible information that not only would Bleach Soul Resonance be taking after One Piece Fighting Path, but it would also be a step above it in terms of quality, and it's going to be one of Nuverse's most ambitious projects yet. So with the release of the teaser trailer on the 3rd of July, the rumor mill was open, so many leaks and extra information was releasing from various different sources about this game, and it had started to build up more and more of this hype and anticipation, starting from a great reveal by the popular anime gacha YouTuber Shiny S, who had revealed that Soul Resonance wasn't merely just a mobile game, but it was 100% confirmed to be releasing on PC and console after the mobile release. This is in a manner similar to Genshin Impact, Punishing Grey Raven, and Honkai Impact. This information alone suggests that the quality of the game is high enough to pass as a console release, or at the very least they are intending to make it as accessible as possible to all kinds of players, which which is always a plus in my opinion, so thank god they are not just limiting the game just to mobile devices. There were also some less verifiable leaks that suggested that the game would have top of the line combat and animations, with a strong emphasis on fluidity of animation, and even some claims that had boldly stated that BLEACH Soul Resonance would have the best combat of any mobile game, with parry mechanics, clashes, aerial combat, and even transformations implemented into it. They also added that the game would be an open world one with 3 fully fleshed out worlds to explore. Now these were extremely bold claims to make, and it would be a lot to expect from Nuverse, the developers of the game. But if these bits and pieces of information weren't confirmed, or at least partially confirmed, then they wouldn't be in this video now. So with the trailer finally released for BLEACH Soul Resonance, was it worth all of the hype, or did it manifest everyone's fears? Let's find out by breaking down and analysing this all new trailer for this new Bleach game. So the trailer begins with this amazing shot of Rukia that looks even more amazing when it's fully animated. This then cuts to Ichigo surrounded by golden spiritual pressure as he jumps up in a pretty dynamic motion and descends with a downward slash at the screen. The most important detail in this whole shot in my opinion is easily the fact that Ichigo was engulfed in golden Reiatsu and not blue Reiatsu. This means that the game is staying faithful in terms of the story and its characters to Kubo's original vision, which in my opinion is easily one of the best things about this new game. It is even more evident in the promotional art where Ichigo and Byakuya are shaded in a manner that is similar and consistent with their 1000-year Blood War arc animation designs. In this artwork you can see the iconic Taguchi aesthetic on full display, and I think that the 1000-year Blood War arc anime art style is being translated so well into this new game, and I know for a fact that Masashi Kudo would be proud to see his character designs implemented in such a manner. But aside from the game's promotional art, there is a whole lot more to see from the trailer alone. So we finally get to see the official logo for the game, which says BLEACH Soul Resonance. So the game then opens up with various different names of characters from the series like Ichigo, Chad, Orihime, Uryu, then a Hell Butterfly, before we see Rukia Kuchiki's name. Then of course we transition to a cutscene during Ichigo's battle against Kinpachi from the Soul Society arc. The game wastes little time in flexing its animation muscles as it shows off a really expressive and surprisingly fluid adaptation of Kinpachi and Ichigo's iconic battle. This clip features a lot of the most iconic moments from their battle, including after Ichigo is powered up following his communication with Zangatsu, along with Kinpachi removing his eye patch, and the trailer reveals a lot of exchanges between the two of them, along with this incredible gameplay. Ichigo's assault on Kinpachi is gorgeously animated, with again surprisingly fluid animation and really solid effects to boot. The lighting on the 3D models is an absolute joy to look at, especially when Kinpachi is staggering from Ichigo's blows, and his whole model is given this really nice highlight from the sparks created by his blade as it grinds against the wall. Then as his Reiatsu swells from his unleashing of his restrictions, the effects look pretty solid in my opinion. But what I enjoyed the most was once again the lighting on his model. I love the fact that great compositing is becoming Bleach's visual identity across all forms of media. The 1000-year Blood War arc anime is incredible compositing, and BLEACH Soul Resonance is continuing on with this trend. So after this really cool transition, we finally get some gameplay, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not disappointed. We see Kinpachi and Ichigo fighting, and at first glance, I thought that it was going to be a mindless hack and slash where you mash one button to win, but no. Surprisingly, it feels like an extremely intentional game that might even have a requirement for skill. Ichigo does indeed land a few beautifully animated hits on Kinpachi before we notice that Kinpachi isn't just carelessly dishing out slashes as well, but is actually blocking the attacks that Ichigo is dealing. He then switches from blocking his attacks to straight up parrying them, and it actually looks like a sword fight is taking place on screen between the two of them during the gameplay. And then Kinpachi breaks Ichigo's combos with another parry that sends him backwards, and this transitions to Ichigo dodging a lunging attack from Kinpachi with again some incredibly beautiful animations that perfectly communicate the power and impact behind each hit. We then reach a really interesting segment where a blue flame of sorts erupts from the two as they fight, which I'm guessing might be a game mechanic of sorts. Then the two attack at the same time and are locked in a clash that Ichigo wins and lands a really nice combo onto Kinpachi. This gameplay video alone confirms basically half of the rumors that I was speaking about, that it does in fact have a really well developed combat system that parries, clashes, and has diverse combos, all of which are expressed with very fluid animations. It's honestly surprising how incredible this game just looks, because it seems to be nowhere near done, but it already looks and feels this great. And in my opinion, this is nothing short of amazing. This combat system also seems more advanced than any mobile game that I've seen thus far, because even comparing it to gacha games with the best combat system like Punishing Grey Raven, it looks even more promising than that, which is insane that that Bleach is getting this level of treatment. Now this now raises the question whether if the other rumors that we've heard about this game are going to be true or not, because if they are, then we're going to be in for quite a treat. And from the looks of this trailer alone, I'm going to be following this game very closely, because personally I never got into Bleach Brave Souls. Although I have put a few hours into it, it just wasn't my cup of tea. So I'm really excited to see what BLEACH Soul Resonance has to bring to the table. And of course I'm going to be covering every bit of news about this game on the channel, including exclusive looks into the game and sneak peeks that you're not going to see anywhere else. So definitely stick around to the channel. So the trailer then switches from the battle against Kinpachi to what looks like another boss battle, and it's between Bankai Ichigo and Byakuya. This is another adaptation from the Soul Society arc, and this fight again features some of the incredible combat that we've seen from earlier on in the trailer, with Ichigo and Byakuya clashing and parrying each other's attacks, and it looks just as great as the Kinpachi fight. We also get a really nice but brief look at Ichigo's changed moveset in his Bankai state as he fights Byakuya with his Reiatsu being pure black like his modern anime counterpart, again showing how this game is adapting Bleach straight from the new anime. So if the cutscenes really maintain this quality in how they look, then this could essentially be the Bleach remake that we've all been asking for, which alone is absolutely fantastic. We are then shown a new function of Byakuya using Kido, and it's precisely Rikujo Koro, in order to bind Ichigo, and then following up with Byakurai and then a Sokatsui, which is a really strong combo that manages to get the point across, showing that Kido is also going to be usable in the game. And before we're given a chance to take it in, we move back to another scene where it appears Byakuya has activated his Bankai and Senke, where Ichigo is seen parrying multiple barrages of petals from Byakuya, and I'd like to take a moment to just appreciate the scenery here. It looks absolutely incredible. It looks really immersive and cinematic with how the whole atmosphere is completely changed, and it's clear that this is a new phase of the same boss fight, which again points to how well this game is going to be layered and designed. We then end up getting this really well animated cutscene that adapts Ichigo and Byakuya's final clash, which ends the trailer. My initial thoughts are definitely positive, and I'm rather impressed with how this game looks and plays. Now considering that this game will be live for a very long time, I'm slightly worried about how well they can maintain the exclusive feel of each and every boss encounter, because this level of quality takes a lot of time and dedication, and we know that the story in Bleach has several battles that need to be adapted to this level of quality, and it's not going to be an easy feat to do. It's going to be a massive challenge for the developers, who will have to create fresh new combat encounters that also capitalize on the very strong combat system that they've developed thus far, because we've had some information from extra material on the game which heavily suggests that they are seeking to make the game a challenging and fun experience, and to be honest, from the trailer alone they've earned my confidence in their ability to deliver on a lot of the promises that they are making. It is rare to find a game studio that actively sponsors the anime of a game that they're yet to adapt unless there's some degree of passion involved, and you can see from this trailer alone that the developers have a lot of passion for the Bleach series, and it's been perfectly conveyed and manifested into this trailer. There's a lot of attention to detail here that we see, but I want to now address the elephant in the room. So the game looks really promising and it seems really good, but as of yet it's not been confirmed to be a console game. Unfortunately, this fact has turned off quite a number of fans, but all hope is not lost, because we've received official confirmation that they do intend to release this game on a PC client alongside the mobile release. So at the very least there will be a PC version along with the mobile version, and there might be a console release in the future if it does well, but even this fact isn't satisfactory enough for some fans. So I'd like to address this section of the fan base on whether if this game is worth your time. I honestly believe that this game was easily the best possible option for a Bleach game, and I'd like for you all to hear me out. Had we gotten another run-of-the-mill arena fighter, I can guarantee that it would have most certainly been forgotten within a few weeks after release, and it would have ended up becoming a deterrent to other studios who would want to make Bleach games in the future. But instead we're getting a really well-made mobile game that is going to have a constant and steady stream of content over a few years, and this alone guarantees that the game will generate quite a fair bit of revenue, more than any Bandai Storm clone would have made, and I can tell you that much as a fact. The game's success will be a perfect foundation for any future Bleach games to be created from, so in my opinion this game is the perfect reintroduction to just how great a Bleach game can be, and I think that it would be in our best interest as Bleach fans to support this game wholeheartedly. Now go over to the game developers Twitter page for BLEACH Soul Resonance and give it a follow, because they're going to be posting a lot of new updates as they're getting closer and closer to release. And be sure to follow the channel for more exclusive looks and deep dives into BLEACH Soul Resonance, and in all honesty I cannot wait for this game to release. And from the trailer alone, it's everything that I've been expecting. As we're getting closer to the 1000-year Blood War arc anime's return, this is some incredible news that we're going to be getting a Bleach game alongside it. And I'm really glad that this is taking a step away from Bleach Brave Souls, which honestly I could never really get into. I believe that this game will become the doorway to even bigger, more ambitious Bleach projects, so please support this game release, and I think that it's going to be a far more fun time than most of you would think. And honestly, from everything that I have seen from this trailer and from even material that none of you have all seen, this game is exactly what Bleach fans have been wanting for years. So everybody, please definitely support this game. And be sure to stick around for the channel for more exclusive looks into BLEACH Soul Resonance. If you enjoy my content, then you can support my channel through Patreon for as little as $1 a month, or even through YouTube by becoming a channel member. You will gain access to exclusive channel perks and a Discord server which I frequently use. So become a member of my Zero Division and be the first to know about my upcoming videos. And once again, thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.